Now, a lot of you guys are in the market for a brand new motorcycle, and it's got you thinking, should you go for the Trident or should you go for the Street Triple R? So let's first talk about the new Trident 660 that just came out. The good news here is that the Trident 660 shares the same exact triple engine configuration as the Street Triple R. For starters, the motorcycle has 81 horsepower and 47 foot-pounds of torque. But the good news is that with the triple engines, compared to the two-cylinder motorcycles such as the RS660, the power is very linear. So from the beginning of the RPM band all the way to redline, there's no flat spots in between, and that's one thing that I absolutely love about the triple engines. The transmission is a slipper clutch transmission. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with a quick up and down shifter, but Triumph gives you the option of purchasing a quick up and down shifter for about $300. Suspension on the Trident is pretty good quality, as well as you get a Showa big piston upside down fork, and the rear is adjustable. Unfortunately, the front is not. As for brakes, you get dual Nissan 310mm brakes in the front, and in the rear you get a single rear caliper and brake system, and I believe it's about 245mm. One of the major differences between the Trident and the Street Triple R is the electronics. For the Trident, you get a circular TFT display with an optional My Triumph connectivity for your phone, GPS, and GoPro controls. Unfortunately, they are not included on either motorcycle, and that is an additional $200-300 option from the factory. For the Trident, you get two rider modes, and those rider modes are rain and road mode. The ergonomics on the Trident are pretty relaxed. It's great for daily commuting. And as for colors, you get 4 different color combinations on the Trident. My favorite color is probably going to be the white one with the fly screen, and I think it looks pretty cool. It's comparable to the Street Triple R. So the Street Triple R shares a lot of its DNA with the RS, and then the RS shares a lot of its DNAs with the previous generation Daytona, because the tank is taken directly from the Daytona, so is the rear. So styling aside, the other major difference is that you're going to pay $10,800 for the Street Triple R versus $8,095 for the Trident. Otherwise, the Street Triple gets a major horsepower upgrade that comes with 116 horsepower and 57 foot-pounds of torque. Similar to the Trident, you also get a slipper clutch, except that with the Street Triple R, the quick up and down shifter is already included, so you don't have to spend more money on that, which is a good thing. The other good thing about the Street Triple R is the upgraded Showa big piston forks, and they're fully adjustable in the front and also in the rear. So anyways, with that said, I think now we need to get on the road and talk a little bit more about what all these numbers really mean. What does it mean in the real world, and how does it apply to you when you're looking to purchase a motorcycle? Alright guys, let's get going. One of the great benefits of getting the Trident motorcycle is going to be the fact that it is going to be a pretty reliable motorcycle. Trident claims that it has a 10,000 mile interval in between service, and I think that's fantastic. If you guys remember back in the days when Hyundai was brand new, they were offering 100,000 mile warranties, and that's what bought them the credibility, and that's what bought them the trust of consumers. And that's when Hyundai started taking off, because a lot of people up until that point thought because it's a Korean company that it's going to break down sooner or later. So Hyundai increased their quality and raised their warranty to 10 years and 100,000 miles, and ever since then they've been selling cars like hotcakes, and as a result of that, their reputation has increased. And I think that's what Triumph is going for as well, because a 10,000 mile interval says a lot about a motorcycle. It says that, well, it's going to be reliable. The more you have to maintain a motorcycle, the less it says about its reliability. So reliability and service interval aside, I think what makes the Trident 660 a really popular bike and something that's highly desirable is the fact that it's a very, very quality product. I love the fact that Triumph releases products that are geared more for people who are interested in quality. One thing that I love about owning a Japanese motorcycle like my R6 is that it is bulletproof. It is absolutely reliable, and I love that. But with Japanese motorcycles, quality is not all that great. And I think that with European motorcycles, quality is absolutely fantastic, but it's the reliability that suffers, and that's what most people have a problem with. So if Triumph has solved that issue, then in that case, now they not only have quality, and it's more reliable than it's ever been before. So on that side, it's definitely a plus. Oh man. So the other thing is that both motorcycles are going to come with a triple engine. As you just saw me take off, one thing that I absolutely love about the triple engine is the sound. It is absolutely intoxicating. And with the Leo Vinci exhaust that I have right now, it sounds amazing. And quite frankly, it doesn't matter which exhaust you choose, it's always going to sound great. What's going to be the major difference is the amount of raspiness and obviously how loud it is. But from the factory, the triple engines sound absolutely amazing. And I'm very happy that the Trident has a triple engine, which separates it from the competitors. Now, let's talk a little bit about who the Trident is for. I wouldn't put the Trident as a motorcycle for an absolute beginner, because 81 horsepower and over 400 pounds is quite a lot, and a lot of money to pay as a first purchase for a motorcycle. So it's probably a good second or third motorcycle in my honest opinion. But the barrier to entry for purchasing a Trident is pretty low. As for the Street Triple R, I would put that in the same category as someone with more experience. The Street Triple R has 116 horsepower versus the 80 of the Trident. So it's definitely not for new riders. It's definitely for someone who's got a lot of experience under their belt. Overall, the kind of people that I see buying the Trident are people who are also interested in motorcycles, such as the brand new R7 that just came out. That has 74 horsepower. Then you have the Aprilia RS660, which has 100 horsepower and is similarly priced to the Trident. And then of course you also have the MT-09, which is probably a similarly priced motorcycle to the Trident, and I think that would be its biggest competitor by far, with the major difference being that that motorcycle has much better equipment, which I may or may not make a separate video about. What do you guys think? Should I make a comparison video of the Trident versus the MT-09? If you want me to make a comparison video, comment down below. So the $2,800 difference may make the Trident a bit more appealing to people with a lower budget. I think it's also a great motorcycle for someone who hasn't been riding for a long time. Let's just say they've taken a break for a couple of years and they want to get right back into riding a motorcycle. And I think the Trident would be the most perfect motorcycle to get started out with. Now, as far as the Street Triple is concerned, let's just say for instance that you're not interested in getting the RS model, because $12,800 plus dealer fees, tax, and all that stuff would make it way too much to afford, which I completely understand. Then you would probably opt out and get the R model instead. Well, the R model is probably going to be just as capable as the RS model, between 116 horsepower and 121. It's not that big of a difference, as I mentioned before. So if you're more of a performance rider and you're used to having more power at your fingertips, and now you want to try something different, and the Triumph motorcycles is something you don't have that much experience with, but you want to get a good taste of it and see what everybody's been talking about as far as the quality is concerned and everything else, then the Street Triple R would probably be a good contender, considering that it also has two different height modes. You can get the lower ride height mode, or you can get the standard one. And the standard one is similar to the one I'm riding right now, has a 32.5 inch seat, but I believe the lower ride height one is going to be a 31 inch seat, and I think that is very doable for someone of a shorter stature or someone who's kind of newer to riding a motorcycle and not yet comfortable. If you can afford either motorcycle, then I would probably consider the Street Triple R, only because it comes with much better components. For instance, you get the same exact brakes, Brembo brakes, as the Street Triple RS, and the brakes that it comes with is the M4.32 dual piston 310mm calipers in the front. You get the master cylinder just like the RS model. In every way it is very, very similar to the RS model. On the flip side, the Trident model is a brand new style that Triumph has just released. And on the negative side, the Street Triple R has got the same design as the previous generation Daytona, which hasn't really been revamped. A lot of people were not really that happy because Triumph took all the parts from the old Daytona and then called it a brand new Street Triple RS, which is not true at all. Everything has been ported over from the previous generation. But the good news is that the Trident is a brand new platform. The body, the styling, the engine, everything is absolutely brand new, and that's what separates it from the Street Triple R. So it really is a big, huge decision, and it's something that if I had to choose, it would be difficult for me as well. But if you're coming into the Triumph family for the first time and you've never owned a Triumph motorcycle and you don't know their background, being the previous generation body parts, etc., may not really apply to you because you probably won't care about it. The other side of the coin is that if you want to take the motorcycle on track every once in a while, then I would highly suggest the Street Triple R, because obviously that has the better brakes, the better suspension, the quick up and down shifter, and you don't have to spend extra money just to get the quick up and down shifter. So overall, for performance reasons, I think the Street Triple R is probably going to be a better bang for your buck, even though it does cost a little bit more. You have no idea how a triple engine sounds until you actually ride one for yourself. No matter which motorcycle you choose, highly recommend that you take both for a spin and find out which one stirs your soul, find out which one gets your blood boiling, and find out which one gets your testosterone skyrocket high. Overall, I think they're both fantastic motorcycles, with one of them being a brand new platform and the other one, which I think in the near future could possibly see an upgrade. Because up until today, a lot of other manufacturers have been creating brand new electronics, such as IMU systems in their motorcycles, and cruise control and heated grips as standard for the price range that the Street Triple R and the RS are selling for. So I think in the future it might get an upgrade. We'll see how that goes. I'm crossing my fingers, to be honest with you. Alright guys, I really hope that you enjoy that comparison. When I make these comparison videos, I try to be as honest as I can and speak to you as if you were in front of me like a friend, but I can't really tell you which one is better or worse or which one to buy, because I really don't know what your budget is, I don't know what your experience is like, and I don't know what your likes and dislikes are. But anyways, I really hope that this helps you out in choosing the Trident or the Street Triple R. I think they're both fantastic motorcycles. So now, it's your turn. Down in the comment section below, which motorcycle would you choose? Would you choose the R model or the RS, or would you choose one of the other competitor motorcycles, such as the brand new MT-09, which is similarly priced? Comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are. And until the next episode, guys, ciao for now.